unexpected appearance for you?
Yeah, no, it's good. I actually asked. Cito's fine. I just wanted to come in and take his spot.
Did you see him at all? The tackling was pretty physical. I mean, we heard Rail say early in the week as well, it's designed to sort of get you guys firing from the first bounce. Did you notice a step up in intensity?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, we walked past Cito on the way out, and yeah, his just neck looked a little bit stiff, but it was something we looked at in terms of going into Marvel potentially, like with the roof open, and it's going to be a pretty hot and contested game. We know Carlton's going to come out firing, and the weather, the way it was out there, probably not a great day for ball movement. So we knew we needed to emphasise tackling and ground ball and clean takes and stuff. And it was a great session. The intent was there, the standard was there, and then the skills ended up coming on the back of that. So yeah, really proud of the way the boys attacked it, and especially considering the weather. It was tough enough to get out of bed this morning with how cold it was, let alone come out and train. And yeah, got the job done.
Why do you reckon it's taken to now to address that? I know it hasn't plagued you all season, but shouldn't there just be an intensity level that's maintained throughout the season?
You mean to address that training intensity? Yeah. No, it's something that we've been on all year. We've had some really good sessions. There's going to be ebbs and flows with training standards. That's just how it is. You're going to have days where you're not feeling as great. You've got some injured boys, and just little things like that are going to come up. And it's something that it's not that we've addressed it today. It was just that we knew with the session, the weather being the way it was, this session was going to be different. And with Carlton, the way that we want to play against them, that we're going to have to emphasise that sort of intensity in contest more so than ball movement and skills. And it's not something that changed just this week in terms of that mindset. It's been something that we've been harping on pretty much since Nixie got here.
What are you expecting from Carlton this weekend? I mean, there's been a lot of talk about them, the future of David Teague. You know, a lot of people. How many guys are we expecting from them on Sunday?
Yeah, red hot crack. Yeah, I'm thinking they're going to come out first quarter. I'm expecting their leaders to stand up, their midfield to really take it to us. And I think you saw with our Collingwood game, it was sort of a bit the same, back against the wall, and everyone was sort of doubting them, and then they come out and started really well against us, and we've got to expect that. We've got to bring that level, and if not match it, we've got to exceed it, and hopefully put them on the back foot early.
Do you notice that? Like, I don't know if you've had many opportunities in your career to play against teams where there's some external pressure on the coach, like you just had with Bucks and you have with Teague this week. Do you notice it, or do the opposition players show any signs of it in games?
I don't think it's a visible difference in terms of the way that they like walk out and they're not like steel focused sort of thing, because that's every week in the AFL. Every player's going out there to do their best. It's more just probably a change in a four-quarter effort and the way that they're consistently motivated to continue to come at you with pressure. I think with Collingwood it was something that we had a clear game plan that we wanted to go in with them against, and we sort of didn't execute it. They sort of come out firing and knew the way that they wanted to play, and I can imagine Carlton's going to have the same sort of thing where they're going to come out, probably focus on contest and pressure and just get back to the basics and try and put us under the pump, and we'll see how that goes in the first quarter. But I don't think it's something you can see necessarily pre-game or anything like that.
You guys have played with a coach that was sort of under pressure right at the end of Pike's tenure like that. Was there any difference in the way that you guys played? Was there a jitter, or like people that wanted to play more for him, or uneasiness?
Yeah, I think there's definitely a motivation. I don't. It's something that we try not to read much into the media and the hype or the negative feedback, and it's something that it's more so that when you come out to the game, you want to prove people wrong, and it's not necessarily the media. It's more just prove internally that we actually are better than what we thought we are, and I think Carlton will be in that same boat where it's not necessarily proving the media wrong or the fans and stuff. It's more just proving to themselves that they can compete at the level, and we felt that last year, we felt that in the previous years, and we know that the level that they're going to bring is pretty high, so we're going to have to match that.
What are your memories of Teague as a coach?
Yeah, I didn't have a lot to do with him in terms of, I was obviously a defender. He's down forward with the forward boys. I know that they've still got great relationships with him, but just a genuinely good person and a really funny character. He was always bringing energy, always bringing laughs out at training, and just really good X's and O's. And I remember as a defender playing against the forwards every week. I know we had a pretty good forward line at that stage, but yeah, they had a lot of little tricks and a lot of little setups and structures that were really good. And yeah, he's from what I remember when he was here, he was pretty damn good at what he did.
How do you go against being jumped again, Tommy?
Just don't do it. Just don't let them jump us. I don't know. It's something. Obviously, you don't go out first quarter thinking, "Oh, let's give them a head start so we can come back and have a great comeback win." But we got to look at what we did structurally wise, which it wasn't a whole lot different, but it's just something that we'll have to look at. I think warm-up wise, we haven't changed anything. Mindset, intensity throughout the week, captain's run, like everything was the same. It was just something that the last 2 weeks has come out and we haven't performed the way we want to. So I think there's going to be an extra focus on it. Obviously, after 2 weeks, you don't want it to develop into a trend. But I think we'd be remiss to go back and change everything or try to change too many things, because what we've done's worked fairly well throughout the year.
I said that players have panicked with the ball use under opposition pressure. Do you feel that as a defender that it's translated to you guys being under more heat? Do you think that's a fair assessment?
Yeah, there's a little bit of that. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think we're a pretty skilled team across the board from back, mid, forward. But I think at times in games our lapses have come from basic errors that are more decision making and more not being able to read the game. And when that heat's on, we're going to have to just get it long and reset, because we're a pretty good stoppage team. So there's no issue to play for that. But yeah, I think as a team, that when the pressure is on, it's something that we're going to have to focus on, because really it's 2, 3, 4 goals can change the game. Whether it's in the first quarter or the third quarter or the fourth, it's something that the lapses aren't great for us. But yeah, it's not. I don't think it's skill based. I think it's more just decision making, concentration.
Can you help Tex out in the kind of medal race this week? I think McCann's got a 3 or 4 goal jump at him. Can you, as a defensive group, keep him quiet?
I will endeavour to do that. Yeah, I'll try and do my best there. Yeah, I think Butsy will go to Mackay early, and we'll see how we roll around. But if I have to roll off and help him out and maybe feed the ball to Tex a little bit, I might see if I can poke a few through. But I'll leave that to the mids to feed Tex.
Would you rather play as a second tall defender or a third tall defender, personally?
It's hard to answer that. It's solely game dependent, really. I enjoyed playing on the resting ruck last week and against North, whereas I've had other games where I've been third tall and tried to roll off and help a bit more. It's so hard to judge. And then also game style can change. Like if they're playing 3 talls and I'm on that third, but the ball's coming in with speed, it's probably better that I lock down a bit more. Whereas if it just changes depending on. No real preference really. Just enjoy playing in the back line, to be honest.
Have you missed Brown in the back line?
I don't think we've missed him too much in terms of performance stuff. I feel like we've been pretty good back there. But in terms of just leadership, voice, composure and things like that, I think, that's where he comes in and helps. The boys that have come in have done a great job, actually, like defensively. But his ability just to take away a forward and almost, like, not erase them, but do a pretty good job on them, that they become close to irrelevant, that it'll be huge for us. And just having in the back of my mind that Brownie's there, he'll get it done. If I get beat out the back, and he'll come up and support and stuff like that, he'll be huge to have back in.
Just on Seeds, obviously, he was supposed to be speaking today. I mean,
Yep.
You seem to be miles away from the team last year. Had a really rough time at some point in 2020. I mean, to see what he's been doing this year, how big has that been for you? To see what he's come back from.
Yeah, he's been massive. We're incredibly proud of the work he put in the break to start with, but then just to come back and every session was like a game for him in the pre-season. You could tell there was an inner drive there, and he's come out and been clearly one of our best players every week, and he's genuinely impacting the game and part of the reason we're winning. But that started for him in the off-season and the work he put in, so we're not surprised by it in the sense that we knew he had that in him and he could take over games. But it's been incredibly proud for me and the playing group and coaching staff to see the work that he's put in to be rewarded with the season he's having.